on the YouTube.
My bad. I know y'all tuning in, looking straight in my face, man. My bad, man. I'm trying to get somebody in real quick. Hold on. All right, it says waiting for him. Bro.
Yo.
What's up?
Peace, bud.
Well, I guess it's loading, but yeah, it's still loading in. But what's up, everyone? How y'all doing, man? This is True Kings, of course. Jamal, you might want to scoot your chill so we can get you in the shot, man. But we got somebody here with us today, Mr. Terrell Campbell, Mind, Body, and Spirit. Tell a little bit about yourself, man.
Man, first let me say it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with y'all Kings, man. I watch y'all tuning in all the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm inspired.
Yeah.
I know that y'all are inspiring other Kings, you know what I mean, just to live better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Grow on all planes. So I want to commend y'all for that, man.
Thanks,
I
man. I appreciate that, man.
man.
It's easy. Shoot, we done lived a lot of life.
Definitely. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to give back, to our youth, to our young Kings coming up.
Yeah.
They our future. But I'm Terrell Campbell. I'm the owner of Mind, Body, Spirit Personal Training. The name of my business is something that is a concept that I came up with that's very congruent with my core values and beliefs that our mind, our body, and our spirit all operate on one accord. I've been vegan for 3 years to be June. 3 years. 3 years. 3 years in June. I told you earlier, man, I've been praying for an opportunity to bless our people with some knowledge and give them some encouragement and just a different way to look at healthy eating. You know what I mean? So I want to provide that for them, just like God provides this knowledge.
And bro, I know you got some questions for him. I just want to ask him about the business real quick before we get into the food and the body and the spirit, how it affects all three. But my question to you is, how hard has it been?
Oh man, if you look at it like it's hard, then you won't fall in love with it. So one of my mentors taught me that you don't find the fun in the actual success. You find the fun in the process. You know what I mean? And so I've just been enjoying the process. Obviously, been ups and downs, but it's been beautiful. I've been praying and asking God to surround me with like-minded people, with business owners, and that's been manifesting. So, you know what I mean?
Here you are.
Definitely. Generating that revenue. It's like, wow. Now I can do anything. You know what I mean? I can really open any type of business I want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever I want to do. So.
From what I understand, though, if you can go vegan, you can do anything. But I wanted to what is King? Yeah. Bro.
I can barely. I can't hear the conversation at all. I was just gonna come in with my question.
Yeah. No, go ahead, man. We can hear you. We can hear you clearly, actually. But yeah, go ahead and ask, bro, whatever you want to ask.
What's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
What's going on, good bro?
All right, I hope you say good. Can't hear the response, but all right. Technology killing me right now. Can't be
there. Dang, he froze. That is horrible. That's horrible. But I guess while that's doing that, let's I do want to ask you this. As a matter of fact, I wrote a couple of things down.
And you just jumping straight into food. Can food actually heal the body?
Absolutely. So I live by this saying that our food is our medicine. And since going vegan, I've learned just that. Get out of there.
Bro, we can hear you. He actually responded, yo. Oh, well, go ahead.
What are you in the car?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, so basically, man, when I first started this lifestyle, man, it came with a lot of research. like I said, the fun is in the process. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm constantly learning. I'm still learning every day. I'm researching just so I can give back to our people. You know what I mean? So because I get coworkers that come to me all the time, like, bro, I want to transition to vegan, and I gotta be able to provide that knowledge. That's something I'm passionate about.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So.
Absolutely.
But when Book asks us our food, our medicine, bro, I post stuff on Facebook all the time. Like, I haven't had a common cold in 3 years. I don't have allergies anymore.
Oh, wait. Say that
Oh.
This man say he hasn't had a cold. And Bug, I know you still looking, King. From what I understand, he hasn't had a upper respiratory infection in 3 years because of the transition from meat to plant-based.
The theory behind that is when we consume that of animal product and dairy, it forms mucus in our body. So when you eliminate the mucus altogether, the viruses has nothing to hold on to. So, and I preach that all the time, bros. You know what I mean? And I just want people to understand that you don't necessarily have to be vegan, but like everything in this life is about balance.
Right.
So I tell people all the time, just don't eat meat every day. Sometimes allow your system to cleanse itself. You know what I mean? Detox.
Yeah.
Drink a lot of water. Flush that stuff out of your system. And I'm sure you can get the same results, even if you're not 100% vegan. You know what I mean? But just keeping the sickness and the viruses out of your body and stuff like that, man.
Well, staying on that same track, I had no idea you could heal yourself with the food.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Now, I was always familiar with Dr. Sebi, but I just wasn't that ingrained until Nip died. You feel me? Like, I guess I didn't start seeing Sebi all over the internet. I had to actually go look him up in order to see who he was or to see the type of stuff he did. But from what I understand, staying right on that topic, in addition to healing yourself or, preventing the measures altogether, but is there foods out there that can affect your emotions?
I believe so. I truly believe so. So, Dr. Sebi, I study him. He was a big influence on me transitioning to vegan. And when you talk about emotions, that's where I believe the spirit comes into effect. So let me give y'all this theory. Me and my bro, we went vegan together. We was roommates at the time. And we sat down. He told me, bro, he said one day, he said, check this out, right? He said, so when these pigs, these cows, these chickens, they in these slaughterhouses, right? They watching their brothers, their sisters, their mothers get their neck slit open, their chest cut open. You know what I mean? They dying with sadness. They dying angry. They're dying emotional. You know what I mean?
Not even thought about that.
They seeing this stuff. They got feelings like we do. And if you don't think that when you consume their dead corpse that you are with taking on those spirits, and when you look at the world around us, you see all this killing, and you're like, oh, why are people so aggressive? And it's because they got a carnivorous mind state, which transitions into their emotions, which transitions into their spirit. Carnivores, they're hunters. And we look around and we like, son, why is everybody so angry? Since I've been vegan, bro, my temperament has came down. I drive for MTA, people lash out at me. Come on, bro. That's not for us. You know what I mean? I can talk to them just like that. That's not for us.
Yeah. And normally, energy is transferable. So if you calm, that's what makes him calm as well.
You can't attack them who not attacking you back. You know what I mean?
You don't see the point in it.
That de-escalate the whole situation real fast. And that's the things that I love about it, bro. And I tell people all the time. So just like you said, when you go vegan, you can do anything. It's just a certain discipline. So not only over your temperament.
And speaking on the discipline part, I wonder, like, did you go cold turkey into being a vegan? Or did you just transition to it gradually?
All right, so when me and my brother sat down, it was first like, bro, why is everybody getting cancer? We seen women getting high cases of breast cancer, colon cancer, all these different types of cancer. So we start diving into it. We start following Dr. Sebi, the dude named Yah, the brother Polite. And it all came back to one common denominator, was the food, right? And what was your question again?
As far as did you go cold turkey into it, just jump in, or did you gradually do it?
We challenged each other.
Okay.
He said, bro, let's do 30 days, no meat, no alcohol. Our thing was we used to go to this little spot called Loafers and watch the football games on Sundays. We said, we're going to cut that off too. We're going to protect our energy. We're not even going to go around the meet. You know what I mean? And so we went through our 30 days strong. After our 30 days, we was like, bro, we came together. And we was like, you know what? We realized we don't need meat to feel fulfilled. You know what I mean? To be full, to be satisfied with food. We realized we could eat vegetables and sides and all of those types of things and be okay.
You know what? When you talk about it in that, from that aspect, it starts to seem like there's a curtain here that it seems like if I just go through the curtain, I'm going to be all right. But I'm so goddamn, excuse me. I don't know, because listen, the reason why I'm frustrated, and this is going to transition into my next question. The reason why I'm frustrated because I know that I need to do it. I know I got to rearrange my diet because one, I need more energy. You know what I mean? I definitely need the energy. And I'm learning from everyone that I talk to. Energy is going to be at its max when you make this transition. Are you getting that from this?
Absolutely, bro. I get a lot of questions. People ask me how I do it. You know what I mean? I go to work 12 hours. I get out of there. I go straight to the gym and train for 4 or 5 hours and get my own workout.
Any pre-workouts?
Nope. No pre-workout, bro. And
energy drinks?
Nothing. Mind you, I be fasting on 24-hour fast. And the concept behind that is I just researched this probably a few months back because I wanted to know exactly why we get this boost of energy. And it's because when we consume animal product, it takes 85% of our body's natural energy to digest that. But when we're only consuming plants, fruits, seeds, nuts, it only takes 30%. So you store up more energy, which improves your sleep quality. So you wake up, you feel more energetic off the rip, just because your body didn't have to digest all of that while you were resting. You know what I'm saying?
So you mean to tell me, just dating back, just going back to the question that Jamal had hinted to, the curtain. You mean to tell me I'm going to fall in love with some of the foods that's on that end?
Absolutely.
Because for some reason, because I tried to stop eating bread. And I didn't even get to meat. You feel me? I didn't even get to meat. So I stopped eating bread, and I guess I stopped eating bread for about 10 days one time. And it was a while ago. But when I got back to a pizza, man, I tore it up. I'm telling you. So if I went through that with the bread, I can only imagine. Well, at least this is what I don't have no facts. I don't have no knowledge. I don't have nothing of that. It's a prior experience, and I'm kind of throwing that on to this vegan transition, giving it a dark smudge.
Well, go ahead, bro, Jamal.
I was gonna say just like real quick, and because he was saying he ate pizza and things like that. I know some people make like vegan versions of like typical fast food, like they make vegan hamburgers, vegan chicken patties, vegan pizza. Is that something you had to do, like help yourself with the transition as well?
At first, yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's okay for people who are just making that transition because initially you want something that's going to remind you. You know what I mean? But in the same breath, you know that it's healthier. You know, it's not going to be greasy, but it's going to have a similar texture. It's going to have a similar taste. But once you get farther into it, like everything else, you elevate, you keep growing, and you come to a place where you reach alkaline vegan or full raw vegan. That's where I am pretty much. I'm like an alkaline raw vegan, where I only do fruits and vegetables. I don't do meat substitutes, you know what I mean? And there's a such thing as an unhealthy vegan. See, a lot of people think that when you go vegan, that you automatically going to clean yourself up, but they got vegan snacks, you know what I mean? Instead of using regular sugar or refined sugar, they use cane sugar, but it's still sugar. When sugar enters our system, it turns into fat, which can clog our arteries. You know what I'm saying? So you see overweight vegans sometimes. And that's because they love.
I wonder what was going on there.
You see overweight vegans, and that's because they haven't grasped the concept that you're supposed to graduate from the meat substitutes. It's okay to have it every once in a while, but like I said, life is about balance. You know what I mean? And the idea of being vegan is fruits, nuts, seeds, vegetables.
I see you, and listen, I'm so used to, I put a lot of work in the gym, and I don't want to lose my work.
Right.
But you don't look dead. Usually, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but usually it's a much smaller.
Mm-hmm.
You look healthy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You gotta do things in moderation, brother. So I still get my clean carbs. I still do my sweet potatoes, my wild rice. Brazilian nuts is a big thing because I don't want to be super small. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not only do I have the image to uphold as a personal trainer, because technically speaking, who wants to see a skinny personal trainer? You know what I mean? You want to see a guy that's fit. You would trust him. You know what I mean? So I have an image to uphold, but I also have my own goals. I want strength gain still. So I follow a lot of people who I look up to who have been on a plant-based diet, and they're still pretty solid and got the cuts and everything too.
Mm-hmm. So you mean to tell me I can still do the gym?
Mm-hmm.
I can still eventually I'll fall into a place where I actually love the food.
Absolutely.
And
Taste buds will change.
It'll help my energy.
Absolutely.
It's gonna help my emotions.
Absolutely.
Why we didn't do it yet, Jamal?
Yeah, that's so true. Let me ask you this. What's like the first step you would tell somebody that's thinking about making a transition? Like, what would be the first piece of advice you give?
One, be open-minded.
Okay.
Because you're going to try things, you're going to be like, I don't like this. But at the end of the day, a gentleman told me in the gym one day, he said, brother, as black people, we've been conditioned to think that everything got to taste so good. But it's not about the taste. It's about how it benefits the body. And as long as you got that in your mindset, a lot of people don't like avocado. I did before I went vegan.
I actually love avocado.
I love it now. But a lot of people don't because of the texture. But when you research and you figure out what it does for the body, it lubricates our joints. You know what I mean? It has essential fatty acids that we need in it to burn more fat, to burn out healthy fat. Now you like, I'm gonna put this avocado with me just because I know that it's gonna benefit me in the long run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I actually use avocado to as a substitute for mayonnaise. I think mayonnaise is like the worst thing on the planet.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I ain't a vegan or anything like that. I'm not dieting. I just feel like, man, you can clearly look at mayonnaise and that you just look like something you should not.
It reminds you of some lard or something.
Yeah, like a loogie. Like you look like somebody hawks it in a bucket or something like that, man. I just don't feel like mayonnaise should be a part of anybody's diet. But man,
your question. I'm sorry,
no, go ahead.
Brian. You asked me what would I suggest? Be open-minded. Be willing to try everything. A lot of people come to me and they say, "Bro, I don't know what to eat." It's like, use your imagination. Get in the kitchen. Look at Dr. Sebi's food list. Buy all that stuff off of there.
And it's easy to get. All you got to go to the search engine on Instagram now. It's all over the place.
Right up. Yep. It's whole food list. You buy the stuff off of there. You get in the kitchen and you just put stuff together and you experiment. You know what I mean? And the good thing about these fruits and vegetables and everything, you can still season it just how you want it to your taste. You know what I mean? So the people who feel like, oh, vegan food just tastes so nasty, well, that's because you're not cooking it right. You're not adding your own flavor to it.
Okay.
So I also suggest detox. Because you don't want to shock your organs. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We've been carnivores.
So, okay, you know what? I did hear that if you just stop meat, you could.
You'll get sick. Yeah, because just like anything, you know what I mean? You have something for all these years and your body gets used to it and then you take it from it. So you getting animal protein and you in the gym, you feeding your muscles animal protein and you building muscle, all that. Then you just take it from it, your body gonna go in a shock. You know what I mean? So I suggest you detox first and then you start to add in your vegan days in moderation. So try every other day, one on, one off. So one day you eat your favorite meats.
I can do that.
The next day,
I can do that.
The next day you just do fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, all water.
And then you just kind of moderately work your way up.
Then you try a 7-day. And then you try a 2-week, all vegan. And then you try a 30-day. I guarantee you after that 30-day fast, that 30 days of vegan, you're going to be like, I don't need it no more. You're gonna be like, I don't need it no more.
So how would you recommend me going about my detox? Like there's certain stuff I gotta like a certain drink I gotta make. I know people say like you can put For example, like they say, if you drink what is it, cucumbers and lime and mint or something like that, do something for your skin. Like
one of the most very natural detoxes that you can do. Lime water. Key lime's actually alkaline our water. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think that you gotta go buy alkaline water. Key lime's alkaline our water, and alkaline water is a detox. Water is a detox. Our bodies are made up of 80% water. So when you feed it more water, you just flushing those impurities and those toxins out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you try and transition to vegan, I suggest you go a little bit to a deeper detox. So what I do, I go to Mom's Organic Market. They have ginger, lemon, cayenne pepper shots, and those are really good. Just improves your digestive tract. Yeah, you're gonna have a bowel movement, but you're supposed to. A lot of people don't know we're supposed to actually have a bowel movement after every meal.
Right.
And if you're not, that means that you're constipated. See, a lot of people think they'll say, "Oh, I don't use the bathroom, but every 3 days." That's not good.
You hear that, wifey? You poop like once a month, man.
I mean, your body is storing up all those toxins and those impurities, and you're not flushing them at all. You know what I mean? So I suggest everybody detox at least once or twice a week. You know what I mean?
So you say key lime?
Key lime.
Man, I didn't know. So basically, all right. So let me ask you, let me backtrack just real quick. And this is for me personally. So if I do what I want to do, day one, Sunday. That's normally when everybody eat. Monday, get strict with it. Tuesday, come back to it. Wednesday, bop, so on and so forth. Am I gonna go into shock if I do it that way?
But what you are going to do is you're going to reap the benefits of it that very first week. It's because you're allowing your body to cleanse itself. You're giving your digestive system a break. Fine. You know what I mean?
I never thought about it that way.
So you want that day that you are only eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, you're going to feel that boost of energy immediately. You're going to want to hit the gym. You're going to burn that off. It's going to feel good. You're going to sleep better that night. You know what I mean?
Now, with that being said, my worry is that I won't get enough, like my calories I need. Because I notice whenever I'm eating junk food, like I'm eating Chick-fil-A or whatever, I can get all the calories I need, and probably over the calories I need. Whenever I try to eat clean, even if I'm making chicken breast and stuff at home, I can never feed myself enough. It's like I get full so fast. It's like I just be done for the day. Like, what would you recommend for that?
So the idea of that is, just like I tell my clients, as we get older, naturally our metabolism drops anyway. So we want to kind of fight back against that, and you do that by doing the 6 small meals a day, or the 6 meals, the 6 moderate meals. And when I say 6 meals, that don't necessarily mean a whole 4-course meal 6 times a day. But you get a bowl of fruit, that's a meal. You know what I mean? So you wake up, let's say your thing is egg whites and spinach and turkey sausage, you know what I mean? Or let's say you go vegan. So you wake up, you get a smoothie in the morning. About 2-3 hours later, go ahead and have you some almonds, some pistachios, some sunflower seeds. Then lunchtime come around, then have a nice healthy salad. And then 2-3 hours after that, you go ahead and get some more fruit in. And then 3 hours after that is dinner time. That's when you consume your healthy carbs, your sweet potatoes, your butternut squash, and things of that nature. You can do your veggie burgers, one of my favorite things, you know what I mean? But that's how you get your calorie consumption to stay where it's at. You just eat more, but eat small meals. And you'll boost your metabolism. So when doing that, now you got control over your weight and loss gain. That's the beautiful thing about it. I get to dictate when I want to lose weight. I just put on 10 pounds of vegan muscle, and I dictated it completely. And 2 months before that, I was like, I want to see how I feel at my BMI, which was 153 pounds. I got down to 153. I'm like, it's a little too light for me. Let me go back up to 170. You know what I mean? Just like that. You get to control that now.
Wow.
So that's mad dope, man.
Yeah, it is,
it's a great discipline, bros, and it gives me so much discipline over other areas of my life.
That was my next question.
Sexually,
sexually,
you know what I mean? Like, God made us men first. You know what I mean? So one thing is sometimes we lust for the flesh of our queens, and that's okay. But you want to have some type of control over that, especially when you're in a relationship. You know what I mean? You can't just be out here lusting for every beautiful woman you see.
Right.
You'll have more control over that. You know what I mean? So, yep, just having that amount of discipline mentally and feeding your body right, you control how you view everybody's energy around you. You know what I mean? You want to protect it more. So
Interesting.
That is interesting, man. And and I know that and I know we got to get you out of here. I know you got somewhere else to be. But two things. One, the control. Just to have the control over anything that you want to have control over proves so valuable for a young king.
Definitely.
You know, and listen, I'm not neglecting our the fathers. I'm not neglecting any older gentlemen. I just really truly believe. I mean, it'd be dope if we could get a lot of men, fathers, to make this transition and then just kind of, delegate the task, because our kids gonna eat what we eat. I mean, right or wrong.
you gotta lead by example.
Exactly. Our kids gonna eat what we eat. But for a young king, man, whose hormones are everywhere, and the control, to be able to control yourself in a hostile environment that you spoke about, to be able to control yourself in a sexual way, that way you don't have a child that you're not prepared to father, and all to be able to control for my gym heads, man, to fluctuate on demand. If you're gonna have a wife or a girlfriend, to control your temperament, you know what I mean, to be able to do energy, because I know a lot of arguments are had because energies are not matching. You so busy responding to what she's saying and she responding into what you're saying. If you could control a conversation, King, just through energy alone, without having to say a word, that's dope. And forget about, I mean, you literally started a business with this level of control. Absolutely. Which tells me even further, anything is possible when you have control over your mind. And I tell people all the time, if you can control your mind, if you can control the way that you eat, you can control anything you want to control. Because one of the biggest things, come on, man, I'm not ignorant to it. I know the amount of sugar that I take in without even having to have sugar. I know what's in bread. I know what's in, I get it. I understand. And I understand that we're addicted to a certain extent. You know what I mean? So that means I'm addicted to the sugar cane, without even knowing it. So if I can control my subconscious in that manner, it's the biggest drug. The biggest drug. If I can control my subconscious in that manner, I literally can control anything I want to control, including starting a business, including managing my household, including my temperament, including my hormones, including anything that you want to get done. I know I got to make the jump. I was talking to you just the other day in the gym about this. I know I got to make the jump. I guess I'm just mentally preparing myself to go ahead and make that jump.
Just like I told you the other day, energy, you speaking it. That means that you desire it. Anything that we speak into the universe, we desire it. And it manifests. You know what I mean? So just because you're talking about it, it's going to come. So don't even beat yourself up about it. Just know, in your heart, like, I want to do better for myself. I want control over these areas. Even if it's just to eat, I want to be able to control what I put on my plate in front of me and how it makes me feel. It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. And I'm going to claim it for you. I commend you for even going to 10 days without the bread, because I had to do that too. I was a bread eater. I like my cakes and my pies and stuff, all that before I went vegan. And I'm like, you know what? Even before I transitioned, I'm like, let me clean this up a little bit. Yeah. So I stopped eating. I stopped doing the bread. I stopped doing carbs altogether, as a matter of fact, because I wanted to come down in weight. But that's step one. You already showed yourself for at least 10 days. I can go without something that I love. Yeah. You know what I mean? The same thing with you, bro, Jamal. Like, when you mention people like the fast food, vegan products, you know what I mean? You could switch it up. And instead of doing your traditional burgers, which we love, which, you know what I mean, we grew up loving on the grill, especially it's about to be summertime. We love the hot dogs, the ribs on the grill. You find an alternative for it. Now you learn to control that urge.
Right.
And then it plays into your hormones, and it plays into your temperament.
Yeah.
And I call it just mastery of the body, mastery of the mind. And I believe when you master your mind, I do 24-hour fast, bros. And a lot of people say, well, I don't know how you do it. And all I do is I tell myself throughout the day, I'm not hungry. I control my desire to eat with my mind. So anything that you tell your mind, your body's going to believe that. But if you tell yourself, man, I wake up, you smell something good, you might come in the office, Ryan, at the workplace, and you smell some good food, and you're like, man, I'm hungry. Your body going to believe that. But if you tell yourself, I don't want that, I'm going to go and let my body cleanse, because our body's going through the deepest cleanse from 5 a.m. to 12 noon. So you say to yourself, I'm just going to let my body cleanse, and I'm going to drink water, and then I'm going to eat a good, healthy meal at 12 o'clock and feed it the nutrients that it needs. You know what I mean?
So that alone is trickling into the spirit.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's where you got the name, mind, body, and spirit.
Wow.
That's dope. That's mad dope, man.
I got one last question for you, man. So, because I know a lot of people probably watching, wondering the same thing. Is your grocery bill high because you
No.
Okay.
For real?
I'm going to keep it real. Since I do have a business and I do work full time, I eat out a lot. That's where the expense comes in.
Okay.
When you're eating out a lot of vegan food, you're going to spend a lot of money. And but whenever I do get a chance to go home and meal prep, brothers, I spend $60 meal prep for 5 days. That $60 lasts me for 5 days and some.
Wow.
Now, mind you, I'm only eating for myself.
Right.
So that's $60 for one person. You got a whole household. How much is your
Oh my gosh. You don't even want to know, man. I might blow you out that seat.
I understand, but the thing about it is you're buying more produce, obviously, and produce goes bad a little faster than the processed foods. So you definitely want to get those groceries in there. You want to go ahead and meal prep and get them cooked up and get them out of the way. That way, all you gotta do is come home, maybe pop it in the oven, pop it in the microwave, and you got a full meal right there. But to answer your question, brother Jamal, same price. Before I went vegan, I was spending about $60-$70. You know, you go in the store, you want a pack of chicken wings, they're about $12 for a nice pack of chicken wings.
Yeah.
You want a pack of let's say some most people like to eat shrimp. A bag of shrimp, you're gonna spend about $12-$13. You think about you eliminating that and you replacing that with just vegetables and fruits and seeds. And you know what I mean? So I really just like when people say, oh, but it's so expensive. It's not. Just go in the grocery store, go by Dr. Sebi's food list, and watch how you save money.
And the way I look at it too is like, even if it is expensive, it's an investment in yourself.
Absolutely.
You know? So that's,
Even if it is,
right.
you still know that it's benefiting this temple, which we have to carry through this life,
Right.
which is carrying our spirit.
Yeah.
So you investing in that. And if you can invest in $200 in some shoes,
Right.
or you can go out here and you can get a $600 car payment, you telling me you can't spend $200 to invest in your body, the thing that's going to carry you through this life,
Right.
Yeah.
for your children? I tell people think about that all the time, man. Look, we got to think about our children because they going to need us. Even when we get up in age, they going to need us. Like, my mother is my heart, and she's my biggest support system when it comes down to my son. I encourage her to be healthy because right now I need her. You know what I mean? She helps me out with my son so much. And that's the biggest thing. And we want to be there for our children no matter what age we turn.
I always said my goal was to be walking around Disney World with my grandkids. I want to walk with them. You know what I mean? Like I want to be able to. Yeah, exactly.
That endurance.
Exactly. Not to mention, man, the gym is not what it once was to me. Like the gym more so right now just maintenances my emotions. You know what I mean? So, you know, I guess I'm starting to not care as much about the muscle thing anymore. You know what I mean? Because I'm getting older and I'm experiencing. I'm in another dimension and it's harder. you know, and I'm trying to manage it all. I'm trying to take it all in, and I just feel like if I was able to eat a little better, it'd be a little easier.
That's a good observation that you just made, King. And just to speak on that a little, man, that's exactly what the gym is. It's another place that we can call a sanctuary. You know what I mean? Besides our home, which is supposed to be peace. When we come home from work, we want to come home to peace. The gym is peace. A lot of people look at it like, oh, I gotta work so hard. No, baby, you're dealing with that anxiety and that depression. Studies have shown that when you work out 3-4 times a week, you lower those levels of anxiety and depression easily. You know what
I'm a witness. I'm a living witness of that, man.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
no, go ahead.
You good? It just ties into mind, body, and spirit, all on one accord.
So listen, man. I want. This was dope. This was very informative, and I know that we kind of went over, and I appreciate you not pressuring me on that timetable.
Yeah.
But man, I want you to tell everybody, man. Tell everybody we're gonna repost this video a couple of different ways, man. So tell everybody where they can get in contact with you and how they can benefit from you.
Absolutely. Peace and blessings, everyone. My name is Terrell Campbell. I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm in my 2nd year. I'm humble and I'm always learning, and I learn. You know what I mean? When you come to my sessions, I'm here to teach you. I'm gonna teach you how to master your body. And we're gonna get a great workout. And on Instagram, I'm Mind, Body, and Spirit PT _ between each. My email is mindbodyandspirittraining@gmail.com. Hit me up if you got any questions about transitioning to vegan. If you want to purchase holistic products, I have a wholesale gentleman who sells Dr. Savvy Sea Moss. Soursop is a good detox.
What is it?
Soursop, the soursop plant. Yep.
I'm gonna have to tell you. Well, me and you, we're gonna talk on Sunday. Yeah, absolutely. All right, cool.
And I got a bunch of holistic products that I use right now, and they're working great for me. And I'm here for the people. God put me here to serve, and this is my calling, and that's what I love doing. So,
well, we appreciate you sliding through.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure, y'all.
Boogie, there you go.
What's up, bro? At the end.
We definitely do appreciate you coming through, man. And it was real dope just hearing your perspective. As a matter of fact, this was way more informative than I thought it was gonna be.
Definitely.
I thought I was gonna shake my head and say, yeah, I don't really want to. But then just hearing, just first of all, I didn't know you could heal yourself with food, man. That's dope. That's mad dope. I knew about the energy, I knew about all of that, but I just didn't understand that aspect of it. But that's mad dope, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all, King.
The game changer.
Definitely. No, I got some questions, but I asked. I thought, okay, that's cool.
Matter of fact, could you can you grab Monty for me?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He coming in from the other room.
Yeah, man. Just try it, bro.
How you?
Don't ever put no limitations on yourself.
Yeah. I think I seen you on Instagram talking about the crystals.
Yeah.
You got any like that you suggest, like while we still, I guess?
Absolutely.
So, might as well. What's up, bro? I'm chilling right there. Seen some
Marty, man. That's the next guy.
There you go.
All right, so we're going to transition in. Let me get the other chairs, too. And I'm sorry about the commotion, y'all. We kind of switching guests. I know you got to go, Kim.
It's all good, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
Appreciate you, bro.
yeah. I'll definitely educate you about
Definitely,
that.
yeah. I need as many as I can get.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
All right, bro. I appreciate y'all having me, man. Love it.
Hey.
So next guy up, Monty. Tell him a little bit about yourself.
So everybody, my name is Revondis Thompson, but my nickname is Monty. Right now I'm doing boxing training. It's called Beat Bullying Boxing. That started I started boxing when I was in the Army in 2014. We had this Army training. Then after that, my sergeant, he took us to Vegas, like a vacation. And that's when we went to Mayweather Gym. And I saw Mayweather father, everybody but Mayweather, like a lot of boxers there. So and then he was telling me I was stationed in Hawaii, so we had a tournament going over there. He was saying, you want to try out for it? I was like, yeah, I was always into boxing, but was never exposed. And like we was at Essex, like no boxing. It was always basketball and football. So we went back to Hawaii. He started taking me to the gyms. I was training. Told him to come up. Won 3 fights, like easily. First fight was a knockdown, and then I went amateur. I jumped out there a little too fast, but I learned the fundamentals, like, and I loved it. So I was transitioning out of the Army. So I was like, I actually had my daughter. She was about to be born. So I was like, forget boxing. Like, I'm trying to focus on that. Transition out of the Army, finding a job. So I was focused on that. Actually got an IT job, but started getting fat, sitting on the desk. So I was going on for like 2 years. So I became like very unhelpful. Like, what am I doing? I'm not doing what I love. Like, I don't like this computer. It's okay money, but like I'm not fulfilled. Like, this is not me.
Yeah.
So I actually went to a real estate class, Stan Merrill. So I'm trying, like, say I started learning about wealth and trying to build wealth, just learning that way. And I was there, but they just trying to get money out of you. Like every time I even paid an extra $300 trying to get these extra classes. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? But then all of a sudden my cousin called. She said her son got beat up, attacked by a 12-year-old. He was 10 years old. So I'm like, what? And she asked me about boxing. I was like, you know any boxers? And I was like, I used to box, but she wasn't on social media when I was posting. So I was like, no, I'm about to go teach him right now. So like the thing was like next week I got the equipment, showed him like the basic fundamentals. Like here, he was just scared and didn't know what to do. He didn't have that confidence. So I was able to instill that in him. Like, this is what you gotta do. This is how you throw a pop a punch. Like, let it go. Got the mitts, and they tell you everything. Like, if you punch it right, so that you'll hit that pop. So, and that's what I started right there. I was like, well, why can't I do this? I want to do something I love and passionate about. So that's when Beat Bullying started. Like, that's the name, Beat Bullying Boxing.
That is what's up, man. Because I know that, and I guess we kind of transitioning right into this. But I know that in order to be able to do 12 rounds, I did a little training class down at the Merritt Athletic Club down at DAC, and that was a 30-minute class. And if I couldn't make it through that, then I know for a guy to make it. And I like to think, man, when I was going to DAC, I was at my fittest. You know what I mean? I was in my prime, man. I'm telling you right now. And in order for a dude to go 12 rounds with another dude who's giving it 100%, there has to be some sort of mental fortitude there.
So boxing, the mental fortitude is breathing, controlling your breathing, mastering your breathing. Any workout becomes easy. So it's controlling that breathing and pacing yourself. So the inhale through your nose, just doing that. People don't do that. They breathe with their mouth open.
Yeah.
So once you learn that and keep building your endurance, you can do it. And working out becomes easy and fun and enjoyable. That's the love of it. It's like it gives you that extra push, that adrenaline rush just flowing through your blood, that oxygen going through your blood. You can.
I've heard that boxing, like a boxing workout, is probably like the best workout that you can do.
That, yes, it is.
I know you're a little biased, but would you say that?
That and swimming. I would say swimming was the number one.
Okay.
But
Even
not
more boxing.
Yeah, not ordinary boxing. I mean, not ordinary swimming, but like intense swimming, doing drills. Like that was different. So that during that time, I was actually boxing. I was like, oh man, this is a whole nother level. But who got a pool? Like they can just work out. So, but boxing
with sharks and minnows, though, right?
Yeah,
I mean, just to get to the other side of the pool, we almost died.
Definitely.
My bad.
No, it's all good. But I would say, like I said, after that is boxing. Like I said, I was into sports. Sports is my passion. Like football, even basketball is like intense. But when I did this boxing training, I played basketball. Basketball was nothing. Like, I was hustling out everybody. I won a basketball game. This tournament got MVP off of defense and hustle. Like my defense turned to offense. 7 steals game. Like no exaggerate. And that's because of the boxing training, my breathing. I just kept going all day. Move.
You the only one running back for.
So back to the controller. So would you say, all right, so if I'm getting this correct, it's teaching you a certain level of control, not only consciously over your breathing, but consciously over your win. But would you say that it also transitions into real life?
The mental is really the energy you put into it, the positive mindset, because you got to go in there knowing that you can achieve it. So with that, boxing is it was the toughest challenge that I had. So it did give me that mindset. Like, if I can do this, like, it's just that energy. And everything is energy. Like, whatever you put in, you will get out of it.
All right.
So
That's what's up.
So any struggle I have in life, like I can beat anything. Like I feel like a champion. I'm a fighter. Like that's what I'm gonna bring. I can bring that out of a person. That's what I think. That's my gift. That's what I'm going to do.
Got you.
That's
So
my
you train now? Like you train?
Yeah, I'm starting that right now. So right now, it was intended for kids, but I don't have a facility for that right now. Right now, this event I got going on for May the 3rd, that's actually gonna be for friends and families.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna get that every Friday. That's the goal.
Okay.
But right now I'm training out of LA Fitness and Gold Gym. I can bring 1 or 2 guests, but they don't allow kids, so you got to be 16 and up to go to those gyms.
Gotcha.
But right now I can do house appointments as well. So if your kid, you got space available, I will go there to train. So that's.
Okay. I work in Rockville. Would you be able to like make it
I
down
would.
there on a Friday?
On a Saturday, Friday, I'm off Friday. So.
Okay.
Next
week.
week. Make house calls, y'all.
Put that up, man. This is LA Fitness right up there. So yeah, definitely.
All right. So with boxing, control 1, 2, anger.
Oh, you can let your anger out and control that anger. It's all about controlling. So you've been in the ring and you throwing all anger, you gonna get gassed.
I've seen that.
So like within itself, that's gonna make you control it. So it's like you got that adrenaline pumping, that anger, that energy there, but if you don't harness it or control it, you're gonna be done.
Right.
So,
I've seen that a couple of Deontay Wilder's fights, like not so much him, but the people he's fighting. I guess it seemed like he was getting to him, and like they heavyweight. So by like the 3rd round, heavyweights are usually pretty much gas anyway. He whoever he was fighting, I can't remember, it was a couple months ago. Yeah, dude was like done. 3rd round, it was a wrap. So yeah, I've seen that. Not just that, a couple of different fights. I watch UFC too. You know what I mean? You'll see, guys get I guess do a whole lot of energetic stuff before the fight.
oh man,
Get to the 1st round, they run around, jumping around. But the 2nd round, like
like I said, that energy, harnessing it, pacing yourself, controlling that's the key.
Gotcha.
So, definitely the strong mental. Like you gotta have that mindset.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what happens when you lose?
When you lose, you just gotta go back and recap. What did I do wrong? Like you gotta be aware. Like listen to what people say, and look at cameras, study, and receive everything what they tell you. Like if it makes sense, yeah, it's going to make sense because you didn't do that. It's shown. You gotta see it.
Is there depression or level of anxiety attached to losing? Like, are you fearful of getting back in there? Are you scared? Are you overthinking?
So let me tell you this. Actually, when I first started boxing, that was the worst anxiety that I ever felt. Like, cause I didn't know what I was doing, and that's what it was. I didn't master the control. So when you don't know what you're doing, then like that's going to build the anxiety. So and then actually amateur fights, I had a 1-3 record. So I stopped liking boxing, but I had my mentor, my trainer, he was pumping me up, just saying like I was probably because I won that tournament and I was expecting to win the amateur. So like I got a little discouraged, but you just gotta go back. It's a mental like and humble yourself. Like I was too confident, so it's like, oh shit, I'm losing. I ain't Floyd Mayweather. Like I trying to get that right.
That sounds like the perfect, I guess, sport to to be humbled or at least humble someone else. But it sounds like humility is definitely going to be in the boxing.
Because one punch should do it.
I mean, exactly.
Put you to sleep.
Right.
So, I ain't getting knocked out. Don't put it like that.
I mean, that ain't good for the boxing
I see it happen.
So how long would you say your average workout is when you're training like for a fight?
Oh, for a fight, you got to put that work in it. You get in that ring, don't play with it.
Yeah.
So the average workout per day, you really need to get 2 workouts. Like, so I wouldn't recommend a working adult doing it. If you're gonna box, you got to do it.
Yeah, like I have a friend, he just won Golden Gloves, and he tell me all the time, like, man, it's brutal. He talking about like the weight cuts using the water and stuff, like he can drop 20 pounds in a week and all that. Like it's crazy, man. It's ridiculous. He's like, bro, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. So I'm like, man.
See, I've never been on that intense level. I stayed around my weight, probably dropped down to 10 pounds. Even that's a struggle doing
What's
that.
wrong with it? What's the?
You said who weight?
Like, what is it called again? Maybe I heard you wrong.
The welterweight?
Welterweight.
Okay.
What is that weight like range? What's the range for a welterweight?
Welterweight is you can't be more than 147.
Okay.
So that's the maximum weight. It's probably usually about 4 pounds under about 140. No, 141 to 147.
Okay.
So that's the range.
I was always kind of wondering, it was like the welterweight, bantamweight. I guess that's like the real light ones.
The light ones,
yeah. Featherweights and all that. Yeah.
I did I was at the Ripley's, believe it or not, museum in New York the other day. I stepped on a little scale they weighed the box with. They said I was a light heavyweight. I said, man.
That's crazy you say that because I thought about that too. Like I always like think about my weight, and then you look at fights and you see like I think Deontay Wilder's only like
215, 16, 2.
I'm 220. I couldn't see myself. You know what I mean, without proper training, stepping into the ring, and I'm 220. So for him to be that tall, you know what I mean, and that weight, like that's a lot. That's a lot.
His natural weight is probably about 230 though. Before the
so he like
so like they'll put it back on right after they weigh in, like just
Yeah.
So what do you do to get rid of that? Is that healthy? To get rid of that weight that quick?
Russian?
a lot of water,
Like it's crazy.
stay
stuff,
away from
man,
heavy
man.
foods and all that. So I did it at a point in time, just eating very lean, very lean. So
Gotcha.
My boy, when he won Golden Glove, he said after he was done, the first thing he did was eat a box of Oreos.
Imagine, man.
Yeah,
You gotta be
probably
that
putting
strict.
yourself exactly. Yeah. But another question. I mean, it sounds like you were saying, like you have to have a strong mind in order to, I guess to box. Period. Any kind of fight, box, MMA, MMA, whatever. Because that first punch, you know what I mean. I guess for the normal person that's not used to getting hit, that'll throw you off. Like that's just gonna throw you off your game altogether. You know what I'm saying? So how do you go about like getting your mind ready for a fight?
So like I said, you gotta get sparring. You gotta have that experience. So you can't just jump into a fight. So you gotta have practice and see if it's for you. Really, it gotta be for you. Are you willing to take punches?
Right.
To
Hard ones.
yeah.
Are you? But does it intimidate you?
It depends. Like you gotta be ready. It's a mindset.
Well, shit, I mean,
Mindset.
intimidate you, man. I ain't gonna get in the ring. Like I guess you gotta have some sort of a mindset to say, okay, I'm gonna get hit. But if you go into it thinking like, damn, I don't want to get hit, like, yeah, you probably
And
not.
then you gotta learn how to, and that's where technique comes in. You gotta learn how to protect yourself.
Mm.
Protect yourself at all times, like, and that's what the drill's for. So you don't want to go just jumping in there. You gotta learn, like, it takes time. So that's, like I said, I jumped in like 2 to 3 months. Like, no, and these people have been doing it all their life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
So like I said, I jumped in there, but
how old was
quit.
Floyd? Like 12 or something?
It's
Yeah,
funny. It's funny
under 10.
because like
His father.
mentioning like trying not to get hit. Some people their fighting style is okay. I'll take a punch to land a punch. So it's funny thinking about like different ideologies.
styles.
Yeah.
see me, I don't like getting hit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that sounds like Parkinson.
I can take one though, but it's gonna make
Not
me
even
mad.
joking. I mean,
Make me mad. Like, yeah.
yeah.
So it's easy. So if that's the case, then it's kind of like football. Like the one hit that brings you into the fight rather than being scared of the fight.
Depending on who y'all, like I said, I seen a couple who got hit, they out again. So,
Like one hit?
mindset.
Oh, okay.
If you get cracked hard, yeah.
Jeez.
All right. So from what I'm understanding with all of this, anger and rage, you have to control when you're in the ring. You have to control your wind, your breathing. You have to control your emotions. And in order to be able to stay in the fight, you got to control the way that you train. You have to have the discipline, You have to have the discipline in order to train for the fight. In addition to having the discipline to know to remain in control while you're within the fight. So you have to have discipline. You have to have control. And those are like two things that like young kids have to have, especially in Baltimore City.
Any city. Yeah, absolutely. Most of the cities out there.
You know, and I don't mean to exclude any city. I guess my roots, I see a lot of rage in Baltimore City.
And that's why I came back there, brother. I could have stayed in Hawaii. Like, that's initially I wanted to change Baltimore, or like that mindset, try to get the youth or anybody I can. Like, and that's why, like I said, I gotta give y'all props. That's why I wanted to come to holler at y'all. I told y'all, I was like, yo, I need that energy, yo. Y'all speaking like this is what I need. Like, I need to be around that. So
Yeah, man, I'm learning that, positive energy is definitely, it attracts.
Yeah.
And I love it, man, because the type of stuff we want to do, it's like, how could anybody not want to do it?
that's what I don't understand.
My question is, how do we get more young people to be involved? Like, I've been saying the thing, they do the hands up, guns down thing over West, but a lot of those kids still can't fight. I mean, I take my hat off that they putting the guns down, but it's like, you see, like, they've never been taught anything. Like, a lot of, they just have no technique at all. He's going crawling.
That's why we need more boxing gyms too.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Everybody should be able to defend themselves.
right.
Self-defense, like that gives you confidence beyond anything.
Right.
So what's the youngest that you would accept?
So the youngest that I did so far was 10, but I'm doing 5. As long as they can focus,
Right.
you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's what I gotta gauge. So right now I'm just in the new process of learning. So
Gotcha.
Well, let me ask you this, and this might be a hard question because I'm not really sure if you had any, experiences where you had to, get a young king to settle down and channel his energy into a right spot. If you got a young dude, a young king, young bull, who was just had so much trauma to where as though everything around him, he's angry.
So that's funny that you said that. So today, this lady hit me up. She's been supposed to hit me up. She asked about the boxing, but she didn't get notifications. She hit me today. Matter of fact, I want to bring up this text message. Our son is trouble.
So, yeah, go ahead.
So I got it. I haven't got that, but I have it now. So let me tell you what it is.
Yeah, 'cause I think that'll definitely be cool.
So this right here, I don't know if y'all want to read this out loud, but
yeah, I mean, it's somebody's personal.
Yeah, and it's somebody's
But if you could, I guess, generalize it.
so pretty much this lady is reaching out for a son, like saying that he got all these issues, like trouble in school, just trouble finds him, like even contemplating suicide, like he's always angry and just don't know which. 16.
Wow.
So
Hit lower problem. No, lower, yeah.
and that's what I was telling her, like, oh, that's what I'm here for. Like, this actually got me excited. So I'm about to learn, about to see how, and that, like, I'm all about like building them up in that mindset. So, and there's no cost either. I told him like, just come with it. Like,
Wow.
What's going to be your approach?
so I gotta ask him, like, it's really with them. Like, I gotta ask him what's going on inside. Like, how do you feeling? Why are you thinking about that? Like,
Wow.
what's up? Like, I just want to know you. Like, tell me.
So it's sort of like a child's consultation type of a thing. It's not going to be business wise,
Right.
but it's going to be, what's up, Ken? What's wrong?
Right.
It's
The
more than-
motivation.
Right, and more than anything, it sounds
Think
like
different.
you're, instead of just trying to fix the issue, you're trying to get to what the core is. You know what I mean?
You have
Most
to.
people would just want to like, all right, well, let's get here, let's just throw some punches. in, you know
No,
what I mean? Yeah,
no. That's my matter of fact. That's my plan. Like, I want to have to jump into mental. Like, that's first.
Right.
Like that mindset. Like, what's the point?
Because
Okay.
the discipline there is definitely going to transition through life. You know what I mean? I think, most boxers have probably living a much more disciplined life than, non-boxers. So,
Yeah.
So the actual, 'cause I don't know anything about boxing, to be honest with you, like aside from what I see on TV, but I was under the assumption that you was just kind of put him in front of a heavy bag and let him, you mad, King? Hey, you know what I mean? Go ahead, wild out for a few seconds, and then once you get some of that energy out, we'll talk a little bit. But you're saying that that's not the right approach. We should go ahead and try to talk about some of the things that's going on with you, so that So how you gonna break that ice? I mean, I know for me, I haven't figured that out yet, and one of the major things that we want to do, me and you, King, and Jamal, you on board now.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That one of the things we want to do, we want to talk to troubled youth and figure out what some of the things that he's not gonna trust you right out the muscle.
Right.
He ain't gonna trust you right off the break. And a lot of the trauma that he's going through, he ain't finna tell you all of that right now. You know what I mean? And I haven't figured out, and I guess me and you can piggyback off of one another in that aspect, but I haven't figured out what the approach is going to be, or how I'm going to tap into what that young king or queen is going through.
So how did you tap in? Have you had that experience yet? Or
I haven't.
had it come-
I haven't. I've had unique experiences. I used to manage Mondana,
Oh yeah.
DTLR, and yes, I did. I ran into that often, but see, the rapport was built, through us knowing one another from manager to sales associate. When I would do favors, Ryan, can I switch my schedule? Yeah. Ryan, can I do this? Yeah. Showing them how to work, showing them how to make his money, showing them, who he should and shouldn't, how to say hi, proper ways to be, yada, yada, yada. We built rapport, we built trust, moderately, organically. You know what I mean? And it was one of those things where, I did run into some situations where some of them had to be talked to. Did it end? That's the first. You can just start another one.
You said save first? Or
Yeah, see if
it's
it's
already saved.
Yeah, just
Next
say
24 hours.
Hey everybody, this is my real squad on deck, all my day ones.
Man, lit. Just start a new one.
yeah. You gotta go to the no. You gotta go to the what you call it. Down the bottom, down to say live.
Yeah, do it like that.
Android niggas always. Sorry about that, y'all.
Yeah, iPhone. Yeah.
I didn't mean to get interrupted, but yeah. So yeah, the conversations it happened organically, and the rapport, the trust built organically. And I did gather a bunch of experiences about how to, handle a child who was angry, but I don't know how to break that ice. You know what I mean? And even back then, like I ain't know all of this shit I was dealing with, to be honest with you. True.
I think one thing, and I know questions, so I'm gonna let you answer as well. But I think in that situation that you have there, I don't know if the young man has any other male figures in his life or anything like that, maybe in the home or close to him. But I've noticed that with kids, if they get like a repeated message coming from parents, uncles, family members and things like that, they start to tune it out. But if they get that from someone else that they don't know, and they're hearing the same thing that their parents are telling them, like, damn, okay, well maybe this makes sense, and they'll latch on to what you're saying. You know what I mean? So I think it may be easier for us than we may be thinking. You know what I mean? Like even if they don't have any male figures, but they see that we're just about positive energy. What you're going to be doing is, it's just definitely going to be helping them out. The fact that you'll be trying to get to what the problem is, hell, it sounds like he's going through a lot, and nobody has even asked him what's is like, what he's going through, why he's so angry, and all that stuff. So you being the first one to ask him that ice may be broken right off of that.
You know what? Now that you say, I'm gonna let you.
No,
but you know what? Now that you say that, I have been in situations where my mother, counseling me through my transition. And then my wife counseling me through my transition. They might say something, and I'm like, you don't understand. But then, right? And you think to yourself, and it actually pop out. It actually pop out. You thinking to yourself, yo, there it go. And then you run up in the house, and I'm talking to the wife. You're like, babe, check this out. Bop, bop, bop. She's like, but nah, you're right, bro. Go ahead.
What I believe in is just like honesty first. Like I'm here. They can see the fake and phony. Like they go, you trying to ease in
from a mile away.
So that's how I like, yo, what's up, man? Your mom, she reaching out to me like, and I'm gonna tell you, like, I give a like I care, so that's what I'm here for. Like, you gonna waste time with that? Like, I'm gonna go that level, saying how sensitive he is. He could respond a different way, but like. In the mix, I'm gonna just try certain ways. Like that's my initial approach. Is honesty. I mean, that's the best policy and being real, genuine. Yeah, they gonna feel that energy. Like
I think you'll hit them right away with that. You know what I mean?
Real will recognize real. I mean, you can't get around it. You can't look up and tell me the sky's a different color.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I will say, I feel like not just you, but all of us, we're gonna learn through trial and error. We're gonna be dealing with so many kids.
So many different personalities.
Yeah, coming from so many different areas and walks in life. You know what I mean? Parents and fathers, then the walks of life just broadens. You know what I mean? It gets even bigger when you go into the father, and then from the mother, and then you go to they got different walks of life that they coming from. So yeah, I mean we're gonna make mistakes. I don't want to make any mistakes.
Exactly. Reality.
Yeah, the reality is we are, and because I mean, my passion is that maybe I can get to some of them kids that before they like why can't we have the dream and aspirations of wanting to get through to more kids than the ones who came before us? Like, because to be honest with you, I remember walking in the palace and they talking about our feelings, man.
First of all,
Mr. Maurice. Yeah, Mr. Maurice. Yeah, Mr. Maurice.
The white cop. That's not in Miss Monterey.
Yeah, but Miss Monterey ain't no man, so she could. That's what I mean. So that's what I mean. Like, why can't we want to get through and actually feel like, because what Terrell just say? If we start talking this thing into the atmosphere, man, we should bring some of this to fruition. Now, I'm not saying that we're gonna be able to get them all. Yeah. But I want to be able to help a lot of them, goddamn, and I want to be able to be right about a lot of the situations that we're going to be involved in, which is why. I mean, we talked about this just the other day. God, he got us on, and we talked about how much of a beast he is. You feel me? Absolutely. The way he walk and the way he work, the way he connects some dots on us. Why else would we be going through the transitions we going through? Why else would we be in the process that we're in? You feel me?
Yeah,
Like training.
Absolutely.
So we should be able
Mhm.
to touch more than we think we are. We sitting here talking, touting ourselves, talking about nah, man. Like I just feel like I know I ain't going through this.
But no, it's
I
not.
know I ain't going through this shit I'm
It's
going through
definitely
right
not
now
for
for nothing, yo. You feel me? And my journey is beating me to a pulp, son. I held this man.
You're here.
I'm here. Don't get me wrong, and but I taught this man ear. I was like this early this morning. You know what I mean? Just this morning. You feel me? So it's like, yo, we're constantly in a process, in a transition. Whereas we should be able to pass these dimes along, man. And I feel like I don't want to make. I know I'm gonna make mistakes, but I want to be of the mindset, not that I'm gonna be perfect, but that I'm gonna be able to, one, if I'm not right about it, be versatile enough to figure out a way to be right about it. You know what I mean? And from the boxing aspect, it's just interesting to hear you talk about, the first thing you do is not put a punching bag in front of you. Because I'm going to tell you, what Nip say? Take you in the back and make you expose your range. You feel me? So it was like, all right, because that was my plan. I mean, if step one didn't work, if little homie don't want to talk about his feelings, don't work. If little homie don't want to do this, that, or the third, don't work. All right, shorty, come on, man, we gotta go. Let me strap a little vest on, and you go ahead, you go a handful, because you got too much energy. But I'm learning that that's not the case, and that's good to know. Not to just throw a bag in front of shorty, because I was thinking about it was gonna be that way. You know what I mean? But
Structure to it.
yeah, it has to be. But I will say this though. I'm learning the control that you speak. I'm learning that if you can do this within 12 rounds of trauma, if you can do this, if you can, because you're not just doing one thing, from what I understand. I mean, you controlling your anger, your rage, your emotions, and you having discipline while you're doing it. So that just to keep you in the controlling aspect. If you can do that for 12 rounds while somebody trying to beat your head in, then that you gotta be able to do that in real life. And with ease though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I feel like, being a boxer with that is definitely going to give you a different level of discipline, you know what I mean? Like throughout life. If you got the discipline to stand in the ring, for one, like all the training that you had to do to even learn how to just throw a normal punch. Yeah, you know what I mean?
You should.
Say that
I should show some of these videos. But,
So hold on. The discipline you have to be able to throw one punch?
one
Just
jab, simple jab.
Throw it right, like you're supposed to turn it or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know the process, but
I will show y'all.
Go ahead, yo.
Absolutely.
And a regular street fighter, normal street fighter, first and foremost, they come like this.
Right.
Open. You can see that my way. A boxer, look at that, like
They was on the ball, but that's it.
like you bring it back right here, so you don't cop back. So you right here, so it come right there.
Right.
This is so much power, just like right there. So it's not right there because you'll mess up your wrist, but you turn it, pop it. That.
Turn at the end, or you turn
At the end,
while
so
you go?
your hand, and then matter of fact, you don't have them clench.
Mhm.
You have them loose. So it make like this. Take a second away. It's different. That's like second. With the
Gotcha.
gloves in there. So right there, that's one right there. So boom, it's so much faster. It's like snakes.
And like I'm watching you, and I watch boxers as well. I'm noticing, like, of course, like you said with the street fighters, they're coming from here,
come bringing it back. They step back.
right? And
Taking the
this
power
hand
from
may
it.
be down here. You know what I mean? So as you throwing that punch, you got to keep the other hand up
always
as
up.
well.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So it's a lot of habits. Even the footwork,
Mhm.
you gotta keep one foot in the other, stay in punching position.
You got a
at
lot
all
to worry
times.
about.
That's
that,
what, yo, it's a lot.
Not get hit, defense, and that's why they always move. And boxes like that, they hesitate.
Right.
And people think it's boring. Because if you go in there and jump in there and start, bro, you gonna get knocked out. The guy showing you. You gotta take everything's calculated. You gotta study, read body language.
Right.
Like you gotta get that jab in because they know what you're gonna do. Like they know boxing, so one jab that hurts. A jab can hurt.
I've seen
You
people
go
get
in those-
knocked out from
Yes.
jabs.
It stings though, like getting hit in the mouth, that cut, like it make you mad, but if you don't control that, you go back in there, boom, boom, boom.
That's a, have, you
Fight
been
building in
cut?
2 seconds.
Have you been cut in a fight? Because I've heard that changes everything. Like if you fighting, you feeling good, and even if it's just a headbutt, like it can just change your mind.
So we had the head gear on. I got my mouth cut a couple times.
Okay.
But me, like I could absorb the hits and I would move.
So no like forehead bleeding in your eye and all that. I mean, yo, you see the
Not
fights,
here,
you know what I
there.
mean? Okay.
No,
So have all of your
But I'm
fights
gonna tell
been
y'all-
again?
Yeah, because
Okay.
Average only had 4, but like I said, I
Okay.
learned the discipline. I threw the towel in twice.
What?
One of my fights.
You threw it in?
Twice.
Wow.
Because I was undisciplined and
Mhm.
didn't train properly.
You knew it was
You
him
knew.
wrong. You knew it was him wrong.
Yeah, and I couldn't move my legs. So like it was like after the first round, like my trainers they was telling me just stay around because they was scared for me to get hit for some reason. So I kept moving, doing too much movement, and not being in the pocket. You're supposed to right here.
Right.
So I was backing up, hit, bouncing back.
Mm.
So my legs get burned out.
And that's just
Then they start
instinct.
walking down. It's like him not hit me, but like my legs was like that and couldn't move. Felt like cement. So like it's going like crazy. Like and I was like, I'm not getting paid for this. How old was I? About 20 something. Like I felt grown. Like I'm not.
business decision,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
Hey,
hold up, though, yo, because just for you to be able to admit,
And I tell dudes they get on me all the time.
no, it ain't nothing to get on because if you know,
daughter,
yo, what part of life is not about forecasting?
Exactly.
If you can forecast, let's transition to forget about the boxing for a second. Let's get into real life. If you can if you can forecast a negative event, who doesn't make an audible to make sure that negative does not become a positive?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, I mean, you have to, absolutely.
And from let's take it back to boxing.
Wise decision, nigga.
Right. Because it seems like you knew what the end result was going to be.
Yeah.
So you avoided it, went back to the training room to make sure that that didn't happen or doesn't happen to go
Now I know
forward.
what to do. Like me getting my ass whooped, like or throwing in the towels, like yo, like I gotta train different. It made me drink different. Like that pain, I could have ran from it, but I trained different. My last fight, I won. But then that's when I came home.
Mm.
I went out with a bang.
Lessons on top of lessons. So basically, from what I understand, you got to be able to move your feet right. You got to be able to move your hips right. You got to be able to move Why can't you run a business?
Yeah.
If you can do that for 12 rounds, if you can control your anger, your emotions, you ain't got to control your anger in real life. You ain't got to control your emotions in real life. And let's be honest, ain't nobody trying to knock your head off all day long in real life.
Not directly.
But you understand what I mean, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you do get hit, what part of real life you don't get hit in? You feel me? You take slugs all the time. Some of them you didn't even see coming. I know I do. Especially in the profession that I'm in. You feel me? So, yo, if you can box, you can run a business, son.
Absolutely.
If you got enough stamina, if you got enough discipline to first of all breathe for 12 rounds, focus on breathing for 12 rounds, move for 12 rounds, focus on moving for 12 rounds. Not just the way that you move, focus on the actual way that you have to move, skillful way to move with your feet, and with your head, and with your body. If you can do all of that in sync while simultaneously controlling your anger, emotions, and energy, you can't run no business.
I think the all of that focus that you're talking about comes in the training that he does. Like by the time you get to the ring, it has to be like subconscious at that point. You can't be like thinking about what you.
Oh no,
right?
you gotta know. And I told you that's when I first went in there. That's why I was nervous. Like I didn't know what to do. So
And that's where it comes from. That work, that training, all that work that you
That
did,
builds
like all of the
confidence.
work that we doing for businesses, Forex, and all this stuff. Like that's the long hours up 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm sure you running at 2 in the morning to 5 in the morning, something like that. That training, you know what I mean? All of that training. I think if we just get that discipline in life in general, whether it's boxing, trading, just your everyday job, whatever it is, we get that discipline that changes the life.
To do that trade. But listen, real quick though, I want you to tell Instagram because my phone ready to die, and I want you to get this.
Oh
on.
yeah, absolutely.
So before Instagram, because we're gonna continue the video on YouTube.
okay.
But and yo, YouTube, True Kings 410, man. I want y'all to go follow the page on YouTube and keep
The whole video will be there.
the whole video, and all our faces will be in there too. So it'll be a little easier to watch. But no, Money, man, tell everybody how they can get in contact with you, what you about, what the business is about, and definitely everything that they need to know.
So contact me at Beat Bullying on Instagram.
Spell it out.
Yeah.
Beat Bullying Boxing. So BEAT Bullying BULLYING Boxing. Beat Bullying Boxing. So 3 B's. If not, just follow me on my regular page, Money on Instagram, and like I said, I got the name on there. Just follow me on there. And just inbox me, direct message me, and I'll tell you all the details. So that's also just if you're into it, ready to get in shape, get ready for the summer, burn calories. The fastest fashion, that's the easiest way to burn calories. And you're gonna love doing it. Like that adrenaline rush is gonna bring you there. So it also teaches self-discipline and self-defense. Like you gotta learn how to throw a punch. Like somebody you never know. You gotta throw one. Boom, back them up, sting them. So it's all about that fitness and self-defense. So
Learn how to live your life through the ring, man. You definitely can do so, from what I understand, from what I'm learning anyway. And this would be a good start. You know what I mean? He can definitely help you out with some life goals through the discipline and the training, and definitely iron out some wrinkles in terms of anger, rage, depression, release some endorphins. All that you got to do, man. You definitely can get it done with Marty. And listen, we're getting ready to close the Instagram live. We will repost these videos, but I want y'all to go follow us on YouTube, man. True Kings 410.
Before it ends, real quick, I want to say how dope that is that you came back, though, man. Like you said, you could have stayed in Hawaii. You said you went to Vegas and all that stuff. You could have left. And there's plenty of other beautiful things out there, man. So I commend you for coming back, man.
Tired of our talent going to Atlanta, man. Stop that. Stop that.
They said that's the new Wakanda, though, man. That's the new Wakanda.
But I appreciate y'all following us on Instagram, man. That's a good look.
Oh, shit. Just an end, man.
Do that.
Save it at the top, right?
Yeah. Bro, you got a charger? Sorry, y'all. We don't mean to do this in front of you. Yeah.
I don't know if you should save it or not.
All right, don't worry about it. I don't want it to die. That's the only thing, man. All right. But back to what we was talking about for a second, because that conversation is too juicy to leave the way it was. I think we was just talking about how we can get this into real life, right? Mm-hmm. And if I'm thinking about this correctly, the way my mind is working, 12 rounds in the ring with trauma can definitely correlate in a parallel path.
I would say even 3 rounds, because Olympians, they go 3 rounds, 3 minute 3 rounds. That's helped too. So,
3 minute 3 rounds. You know what I mean? It definitely correlates to life in a parallel fashion to the trauma that grown men. I'm tired of y'all not admitting the feelings that y'all feeling. You know what I mean? Like, come on, son. It's time. Your time is going by, man, and we're never gonna get this time back. We're never gonna get this time back, man. When you go in the house and you're so angry about your day that you don't want to be around your son, or you don't feel like your son making a noise, you're not gonna get that time back. And he's gonna remember that. And he's gonna see it from his perspective. See, you're seeing it from yours. Am I wrong? Right. And I'm not telling you I'm perfect. I've been in a spot where I've come in the house and been so frustrated about my day that I just want to quiet to figure my day out. You feel me? But when my son makes a noise and I snap, he's not seeing it from my lens.
Yeah, no, that's real.
That's heavy.
That's real.
You see what I mean? He's gonna remember that in a whole nother way.
And then, like I say, imagine your daughter too.
And the thing is, even if they don't remember the exact event, they remember how you made them feel. No matter what the situation was,
Right.
people just remember how you made them feel.
And they don't even know how to manage their feelings.
Exactly.
And that feeling can, manifest later in life into, just some kind of a trigger, like
Absolutely.
a hurt feeling or a hurt trigger.
Because
they may not even know what it came from.
is that not a level of trauma for them?
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel me? You explode on them over an innocent kid noise where you definitely should be in control of your feelings because they don't know how to control theirs. That's trauma for them.
Absolutely.
And I guess that's the what do they say? What is the name of it? I'm losing my mind here. Come on, man, come back to me, man. What is the generational curse?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, anytime you, like you said, hurt people. So anytime you transferring that, that pain, I think we just have to kind of like on an hourly basis, figure out how to you know, think about the last hour. If that hour was majority, you know, stress and pain and anger or frustration or whatever, just think about how you can make the next hour better, and then take that hour and turn that to a day, and into, you know, a week or whatever it is. You know what I mean? But while you're in that pain, I think you just have to just figure out the best way to manage that, especially, you know, when you get around family and you get around friends and, you know, people that you don't want to lash out on. You know, just managing it. It's been like when you're alone, like I got an hour between work, I was fine here, but I get an hour or two and from work. That's like my peace time. That was hell for me. Like when I first started, I couldn't stand driving. I hate driving in general, but now that's just peace time for me. You know what I mean? So even if you don't have an hour, take 20 minutes, you know what I mean? 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is, to just detox from that pain. Whatever is causing you that pain, you got to detox from it. You know, and like force yourself to do it. Not just like say, all right, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna detox for a second. But your mind is saying, man, you ain't doing that. We're gonna do what we want. No, you have to tell yourself, tell your mind and your body, I'm not doing this today. I'm not gonna be angry. I'm gonna go in this house and I'm gonna smile. Like that post we put up, you know what I mean? Put up about like holding a smile for 30 seconds. And it worked. Even if it's a fake smile, you
You do be walking around like,
about 28 seconds into it, you're like, all right, you know, you start to feel it. So, you know what I mean? I think it's just little like tactics that we have to use to just control that anger and that pain that we get on a daily basis.
I know I've been known to make a pit stop in the Aldi's parking lot and chill there, you know, for a few. So, you know, man, you know, because me and my wife, we talked about this, man. Like, bro, like sometimes I can't even see myself. You feel me? Sometimes I don't even know that I'm coming off the way that I'm coming off. And she pulled me to the side one time, and you know, I didn't even explode. I was just sharp with my words, I guess. She said my stare. This is what she said. She said your energy and your stare told the whole story. She said, so when you were talking to the kids, your eyebrows, your stare, and your energy made it unbearable.
And that's crazy because you didn't even lash out.
Didn't even lash out.
And they got that from you.
Didn't even lash out.
Man, like you just gotta figure out ways to, you know, to release that energy, all of that stuff. Leave that at work or wherever we gotta leave it at. But I know it's hard, you know what I mean?
Yo.
I went through it.
But I feel like, yo, that's the reason why I'm truly exploring the eating. Yo, because I kind of need all the help I can get.
Yo, that's why I wish he ain't had to leave.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, yo, I need all the help I can get, son, because I'm telling you, my days, they do get to a point where they overflow. You know what I mean? And nothing makes me more angry than another dude looking in on my life and acting like I don't go through shit.
Man.
That right there pisses me off, yo. Like, you don't know what I had to go through to even just be here. Forget about me handling it. You don't know.
To you, it looks easy.
Yo, yo, you don't know my level of misery, son. You feel me?
Yeah.
And yo, like, yo, it really does. It gets to you and it drives home. Like, yo, I'm not in control of my anger. I'm not in control of my emotions. And it's like, yo, you get frustrated with your goddamn self after a while.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's about, you know, releasing. And I told you, like, that positive thinking, like that Earl Nightingale.
Bro,
I gotta shake your hand on camera. I've been listening to that from the day that you said that. I listen to that every single morning. I start my day off with that positivity. It's only 30 minutes. I think you're supposed to be the first 20 minutes or something like that, but it's 30 minutes. I start my day off with that positivity. I swear, like every day, don't get me wrong, you're going to come across negative situations. You're going to come across stressful shit. Like, that's just a part of life. But I think when you start your day off that way, like I saw something, I think I looked at a documentary called The Secret. That was another good one.
Yeah.
Like if you wake up and you stub your toe, you know what I mean, on the side of the bed, your day fucked up.
Yeah.
Your whole day
just know everything else gonna go.
That's just what it is. You know what I mean? You the rest of your day is just gonna be, if you let it, you know what I mean, if you allow it to end your day right then and there, the rest of the day is just gonna go bad for you. So I think waking up, like I had the kids listening to it. You know what I mean? Like I wake up and we're taking them to school and they're listening to it. They don't know truth. Like you just saying on the video, our kids eat what we eat. You know what I mean? Like they absorb what we absorb. So like you're saying, that stress and all that, like just your eyebrows and all that stuff.
I didn't even know
they're getting that from you.
I did not know.
Energy.
Looking at his mother like, yo, you gonna get my mother like that? Yo, I didn't know that was real.
Energy. Now, even if you didn't look at her like that, you may have looked at them like that. Not even meaning to, but you know, you just that energy, you already holding all that energy on your back from work. So like we just gotta like release that on a minute by minute or hour by hour basis, however we have to do it, but we have to get rid of that energy. We can't hold that along. We can't like keep, dragging that long like a book bag all day, but you gotta let that go.
Yeah, man, I did. I found myself just yesterday because I told you, because it trickled into this morning.
Mm.
You feel me? Because that's when I called you. I'm like, yo, bro, you feel me?
Yeah.
And I actually forced myself through the conversation with you. You know what I mean? And yo, you know what? And this is an interesting. I read something somewhere that says when you encourage, you give out your energy.
Mm.
And when you give your energy out, when you encourage someone, that means you are discouraging or discouraging, not necessarily yourself. You're giving your positive energy away.
When you encourage someone?
I read it. I don't know if it's
So
the
it
case.
said when you encourage someone,
No.
I feel better. When I encourage
That's
someone.
facts.
Yeah.
So from what I understand, and I really don't know how it works, but what I do know is I had to build myself up to encourage you. And in the encouragement, you're right, I got a high of it.
Mm.
When I hung the phone up though,
Not doing
the plummet back down to my reality hit hard. You feel me? And I guess that might be, and that's what I equated to the level of feeling that I had. Now, I'm not saying I discouraged myself. I'm not saying you discouraged me. I'm just simply saying it felt good to give you words that you needed. But when I got back to my own bullshit, I had to, when I went back upstairs, my kids, they all sitting at the table eating dinner. I'm the only one not in there. My wife, she in there eating. And I'm thinking to myself, right with you, yo, I can't let this beat me today.
Mm.
I can't let this beat me today, yo. I have to somehow say, fuck the problems right now.
Oh, it works. I'm telling
Fuck
you.
the goddamn problems right now.
What was that you saying? Choosing positive thoughts?
Yeah, like
Yes. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I agree. And that's how I live my lifestyle. Like, I fight everything with positivity. It's like, when that negative come, you come with you speak over it. And then
absolutely.
initially it won't be there, but you keep repeating it.
Like
I swear it will heal you, bro.
It
Like, you
becomes-
keep believing it, you receive it. Like,
Right.
it comes.
after a while, it just becomes nature. Like it's just
Yeah.
regular. You know what I mean? You just automatic. Like I told you, like people driving and cut me off used to piss me off, like to the max. Like I mean, I would still be ready to pull over. I don't no more. I swear it doesn't even affect me anymore. I'm to the point where I step on a brake. Don't get me wrong. If I got to slam on the brakes, I'm pissed. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna be mad. But I work in DC or close to it, so I'm getting cut off every single day. Like I'm just to control my speed.
Says that every day. Man.
Exactly. It's every single day. So when you constantly dealing with it, you figure out ways
There's no
to.
point of like, what is that going to do?
Exactly. Well, I'm mad all day. Like that's 2 hours that I gotta drive to and from work, so I'm going to get cut off at some point.
And that's the power. Just people don't know that we decide. Like the way we feel is a decision.
Yeah,
Like some things might come naturally, but we don't have to stay that way. It's a decision.
absolutely.
And that's what a lot of people are not aware of that. When I found that out, I learned that.
Mhm.
So like I used to have anxiety. I heard you speak on that before, like on post, but I used to be in track, but it was actually Joyce Meyer, a lady preacher. That's when I was 18. Choose your thoughts. Like, oh, wow, I can do that.
Absolutely.
But like I used to have terrible anxiety, like in school, like it just kept building and growing, like because I kept fighting. I did not want to be there. I was in a fearful place. I don't even like my childhood because a lot of it, I was in fear, like anxiety, like I was shy. I wasn't free.
Wow.
So,
Yo, free. That's
Yeah.
because isn't the anger that we go through in our like
anxiety, all of that.
yo, isn't the
Trap.
all of that?
Mhm.
It's like a closed door on you. Like, and yo, sometimes yo, you just get fed up. Like, yo, like you said, with the positive reinforcements, with the affirmations. Like, yo, you just gotta kick that fucking door in sometimes. Like, yo, fuck this. You're not finna do this to me
Not
today, yo.
sometimes, all the time.
Always
Like,
time,
you
yeah.
kick that positivity to yourself because it's all here. You know what I mean?
It's
All of the
mindset.
stress, all of that's all here. Like there's people going through way worse things than we going through,
Right.
and still can walk around with like positive vibes. You know what
And
I mean?
that's the thing that I always thought about. You know, whenever I meet somebody that got like a mental disorder or a physical disability, handicap, they always in much better spirits than anybody.
That's very true,
bro.
I didn't even look at it like that. They
Absolutely.
always are.
I
Yeah.
never thought about that either.
They usually like the funniest people you ever gonna meet in your
Yeah,
life.
joyful spiritual, I don't know what.
I've never met one that was like depressed. Like even when I dated a girl that had lupus, and even her, like her spirit was always up. I've never met somebody who was just always positive, like a person with a disability.
It's crazy you say. I just saw a little girl that everybody the Down syndrome, like the shape or the face, whatever. This little girl that had Down syndrome, and she was jumping around. I swear, every person that I ever seen with Down syndrome was always happy. Like they always got a smile on their face. So I'd be happy and I'd be like, oh, this is like external problems, man.
Exactly.
Let's shit out your mind, man. Like,
and that's what I try to culture on, is that gratitude. It's like people love to be where you at. What do you complain about? Even other countries, like we got showers. People don't got showers. Water.
No,
like, it's really true.
I take like eyesight, hearing, the ability to touch, like walk, all of this stuff, man. Like we take it for granted so easily that I have to, like, just tell, even if I forget. I'm not saying I sit here and tell myself every day, thank God, like, for my eyes and all that stuff. But if I remember, like, thank God, just the ability to drive, the ability to see, talk, all of this stuff, man. Just to sit here with y'all, like, this is big stuff that people can't do.
It's funny you say that, because that's one of the things that Earl Nightingale said too. Like, whatever came as standard equipment at birth, people put little value on. That's so true.
The things that we pay for, we put so much value in. The things that are free, those are the most valuable things.
Exactly. Free's got most value. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. Gratitude is, like, matter of fact, you start your day off with that.
Absolutely.
Like, and that's just being humble, period. Like, everybody's not here. People want to be here. People want to be where you're at. Like,
that's one thing I definitely try to, like, constantly remind myself of. Like, no matter how bad my situation may get, or how many things are going on in my life, I always try to think, like, there's someone else out here that would love to be in my spot. I need to, like, thank God, thank the stars, the galaxy, everybody for where I am in my life. You know what I mean? Just even though I don't have everything that I want, I don't have things in line that I want. There's a million other people that would love to be in my spot.
Another thing too, like, the way I look at it, when I'm having a bad day, I always gotta, like, just take a second to laugh and say, this is kind of where I wanted to be at one point in my life. No matter how rough a day it is, I always think like that. At one point, whether it was 6 months or 2 years ago, I wanted to be right where I'm right now. So I just gotta accept it, embrace where I'm at.
Didn't I just tell you that this morning? Like, I don't want to go back to knocking doors, but God damn it! I thought that I'm not going back, but good God Almighty!
Just thinking, like, when I used to work for Comcast, I was making $20 an hour. I remember as a kid growing up, started working and all that stuff. You make $12, $13. I'm like, damn, I want to make $20 an hour. I made $20. This shit.
It was a whole nother dimension. $20 an hour.
But even at that time, I still should have had an attitude of gratitude. Like, I still should have been like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, I should have remember when I was 15, 16, trying to make $20 an hour. You know what I mean? Because I was able to make a lot out of that $20 an hour. I know now $20 like shit, but but you know what I mean? But like, that's still a place where I could have been, having that attitude of gratitude. So like you said, man, I just try to, like, I wake up every day, look out the window and just say peace, love, and respect, to the universe, to everybody that's out there that I may
power in it, though.
Contact.
It's like you get instant results. Go to gratitude.
Absolutely.
And then also one secret I'm learning too is, like, I didn't realize how selfish I was and thinking about myself. So simultaneously, like, you wake up thankful, but, like, what can I do for myself to improve myself and others just as much?
Absolutely.
Keep it in the middle and balance. I swear, like, I just started this. And it just released so much joy, like, just fulfillment right in there. If I go that approach.
Yeah, what you're doing with the boxing, that's gonna come back triple.
Listen, what you just said, I don't even think you know. But you said you're keeping it balanced. Now you're giving 100% to the atmosphere, to the universe, because what's going on here is a better you is a better everybody around you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Getting right back.
So you call it being balanced, but if you work on you giving it to everybody else, and if you're working on them, you're giving it to everybody else. So you're giving 100% to this atmosphere, and you finna get that back in.
That's
one
true,
know that.
man.
I'm pretty, like, encouraged, like that. I almost really tense. It's like I'm trying to just live right. I'm just trying to live with purpose. Why am I here? Like, why am I here? That's all I'm chasing. That's all I care about. Might get distracted with dumb stuff, but it's diminishing. Like, I don't have time for that.
I'll tell you what. So let me talk to you a little bit about your dots. All right. And you just spoke a little bit about your childhood.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I don't know the whole thing, but I'm a firm believer that God don't make no mistakes. So everything that you went through, the trauma that you went through, the fear you went through is because you have to touch base with kids going through similar situations. Now, the anxiety, the fear, and the rage, always fighting, put you in a boxing ring, getting ready to teach young kids how to dispose of all of the things you ever went through in your life.
Right.
So, with that being stated, God made sure you did all of that, went through all of that, remembered all of that vividly on a whole nother level, so that you could put the passion into the purpose.
Exactly.
You feel me? Because it's another thing if somebody just went to school and like, oh, you know what? Yeah, we boxing over here, but you can't touch down to a kid's feelings and really have the empathy that you need in order to get through to that young man. But it seems like you lived this struggle already. So he's gonna recognize real. He's gonna be able to identify with you quicker because he knows through energy. You didn't even have to tell him, King.
Right.
The way that you are is gonna be the way that he is.
Okay.
You see what I mean? So your dots is, and that's just dope to see, yo. Because me and him, we was talking the other day about how good God works, even in our darkest moments. You know, we all went through a level of trauma that I don't really want other people to go through.
We all black, so
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
That's
And we live in America. You know what I mean? So
I
they
know.
go through it, you know. But
Which is probably why we had to go through it.
absolutely, we can
No.
jump out in front and try to ease that pain, or let them know that that battle is coming, that boulder's coming down the hill. I think
Because I really think we at the top of the ship. We at the top of the ship. So basically, what's going on here is our generation that's behind us, our kids, they gonna be the ones to do the great shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because
this foundation for
our fathers was impacted by this fucking country, right? Our fathers' was impacted even more deeply. They needed the rights. Then when we got the rights, fucking fathers, we got some rights. Oh, we got some rights. Oh no, they got rights. Let's give them drugs. Oh shit, they got rights. Let's put the drug stores on. I mean, and yeah, exactly. Oh shit, they got rights. So you see how they try. Yo, we are so resilient, yo. So
it's fun. My bad. Just sidebar. It's funny you say. I was just listening to Dr. Carl Anderson and Dr. Bruce Watkins had a video this morning or afternoon. So they were talking about how Trump is getting ready to make it so that anyone from an African nation is gonna have to pay a bond in order to come here. Not any other country or any other continent. Only Africans are gonna have to pay a bond to come here. And I think that if they stay over that bond, they forfeit whatever. I mean, stay over there, stay whether it's a 2-week visa or whatever it is. That's gonna, they're gonna have to forfeit that bond. So like this country is constantly working against us.
But
man.
it's changing though, because our next generation, yo, we think we see some black people in Congress now. We think we see some black people on TV now. We think our father, like I said, our fathers. So we started from slavery. Then we got up to a point where we earned the rights. Then we got up to a point where you tried to dent us. You tried to dent us, and you tried to come at the whole black family. But you have no idea that you raised so many motivated black men to fight back. You feel me? That's the reason why you see a Nipsey Hussle. You see what I mean? That's the reason why you see a me. That's the reason why you see a you. Like, come on, son. We don't know how to be fathers, but what's the one thing we knew we couldn't do?
Give up.
Can't leave the kids, yo. Can't leave the kids, yo. And I don't know why I feel like that's a law written inside my DNA. Like, I just knew that when I got here, when I got of a point where I could have a mental, like when I'm conscious of my own thoughts, all I knew that like a unwritten code, like you can't leave your kids, right? And it don't matter how many times I try to mess with another woman. It don't matter how many times I try to do whatever. Like, yo, don't give about your kids, like. Can't leave your kids. So listen, it's like it's almost as if we're so resilient that it's almost as if like I hate the kind of black people are like ordained kind of a thing. Like, yo, we are resilient.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
We chosen.
America.
We are chosen. It seems like it. Because how much evil has tried to destroy us on a whole nother level, son. And I know I'm venturing out into a perspective or maybe a vision that most people might not be able to understand, but I really feel like Black people were chosen. We were the original, and
And look at us, what we do. That Black magic.
you feel what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, yo, it's like, yo, we bounce back no matter what. We're put in mother's wombs with unwritten codes. Don't leave your kids. They trying to kill us. Don't leave your kids. They trying to kill us. Don't leave your kids. I don't care what happened. You feel me? And we make it somehow, some way, don't we? Like, yo, come on, yo. I know, Jamal. I know you can figure. You ain't one right now. A situation where you don't know how to win. I mean, you don't know how to win. You don't know how you gonna win, but you know damn well you gonna win.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
It's expected. You almost expect to win. Same thing with you. You made it out of some unpredictable situations that know that you just gonna make it on time. I know it for me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, yo, our next generation, and I know we running this kind of late, and I know you had some. Are you good? But yo, I know that our next generation, yo, like Ryan, yo, Dion, yo, your kids when you get them, you know how many books you reading, boy? You feel me? Your level of childhood, you ain't gonna do them like you was done. You feel me? Like our kids are they're gonna have some level of trauma, but it ain't gonna be the trauma we went through, which is to climb up. And I truly, firmly believe that we are at the tip of the shift, and we just pushing them over the mountain.
Definitely, I see it. Like you said.
You feel me?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like I said, almost all our thought was not there. My one there, of course. Like,
Yeah.
It's
Like,
that was common.
I'm gonna say you
Common.
10 black dudes, 10 black people,
Common,
and at least 9 I'm gonna say they fought one in their life. You know what I mean? That's just like
We can identify with it.
That becomes the norm. You know what I mean? We think like you see somebody what they fought like, damn,
Oh, you
you
got
fought,
the
like,
fight?
oh shit, like you close
That's
this
like
hey.
Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, whatever you want to call. He had a line in the song. He said, last week I heard something that was really sad. They told me that I wasn't black because I had a dad. It's like, wow.
That's crazy.
Yo, you know how many
That's
of them
crazy,
called me a
man.
miracle, yo? Yo, like, yo, my uncle hit me up on Instagram, yo. He said, you in charge of other people's money? I thought to myself in that current moment, like, I don't even want to be. You feel me?
Absolutely.
But it's like, yo, we have gotten to a level of triumph. And remember, I just let you hear that video just a little while ago that said we're going to get to our greatest destinations and not even notice that we did. Not even notice that we're going to be experiencing, but simultaneously dishing out some of the greatness that we're on.
Absolutely.
We're not even going to know how great we are in the moments because we're so busy dealing with they say that God balances depression and stress with the success so that you don't get too big-headed.
Definitely stay on that.
You see what I mean?
Absolutely.
So he puts so much stress on you so that you don't get so much of a big head. I mean, because if I ain't had no problems, you feel me? But I got so many problems that I have no choice but to be humble and tell other black men how to make it through. You see what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh, yo, I'm telling you, yo, we finna make it, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, we
We
finna
already
make
made
it,
it.
yo. Our
Yeah,
kids
we
is
already
finna
made
make it, yo. Yo, it's been a dope show. Dope show, yo. I learned how to eat on this show. I learned that I
throw a proper punch.
I'm about to say, yeah, I learned how to
keep the hand up, snap that.
dibble and dabble in the ring. We learned that it doesn't matter which phase of life you in, whether you are eating, whether you are a personal trainer, whether you are boxing, you still got to maintain a certain level of discipline, and you have to discipline your feelings, emotions, whatever the case comes, so that you can manage life. And that's what we all want to implement so that we can all become, we all are, just being the best versions of ourselves in terms of a true king. So I appreciate y'all, man. Peace.
Peace.